Hello everyone. I hope you all are staying safe. My name is Deshpande and I lead SAP Business for Cognizant for APAC and Middle East region. Today we will discuss about a billing transformation program which DTDC and Cognizant executed together using SAP billing solution. DTDC is a well-known brand in India and customers' first choice when it comes to courier services and logistics. With me today, we have our guest, Santosh Abbimane. Santosh is a Chief Financial Officer and a Transformation Officer for DTDC Group. MBA Finance by background, Santosh has 20 plus years of experience in the industry. Santosh has worked with various different known corporates like Dell Services, Accenture, Irvin Mills, Vodafone, and so on. Prior to joining DTDC, Santosh was Chief of Planning and the Business Controller for the Dell Services, a 3 billion plus organization. Thank you, Santosh, for joining me in today's conversation. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you for having me, and nice to get together again.
Yep, absolutely. So let's dive in. Santosh, obviously, I know DTDC very well and many of our members in the audience as well. But for the interest of the larger audience, could you briefly talk about DTDC as an organization?
Yeah. DTDC is more than a 30-year-old organization. This organization was started by Sri Subhashish Chakrabarti more than 30 years ago. And one of the frugal starts, or rather the frugal start resulted in several innovations. And one of the key innovation was the franchisee model, of which DTDC is the most successful proponent even today. We have more than 12,500 franchises today, from very small to very large successful businessmen. And not only that, we have some of India's top corporates working with us, and we are serving them to meet their objectives. Not only has DTDC an extensive network in India, but we are also present in 5 countries with a significant presence, including US, UK, Dubai, Singapore, and Canada. And we connect and pick up loads globally. So all in all, a leading logistics and value-added services partner. Recently, we have done quite a few cold chain shipments with live temperature monitoring. So this is a very exciting place to be, Ram.
Thank you, Santosh. It's definitely an inspiring story, especially starting from scratch, building such a big empire, and then also nurturing that entrepreneurial culture, right? And taking a very innovative approach in a very competitive Indian market. I think it's a very inspiring story. And so going ahead, right, Santosh, obviously with the e-commerce boom in India as well as globally, I'm sure there are umpteen number of opportunities ahead of you. And this program definitely has helped you scale there. But given that situation, maybe it would be good for you to just briefly talk about what are the business opportunities you are planning to tap through this program, which will benefit some of our audience as well.
Thank you, Ram. So as you know, India itself, these 2 years of pandemic, the last year and current year notwithstanding, we are still destined for significant economic growth and lifting a larger section of our population above the poverty line. And given that growth is going to come, DTDC wants to be and is well positioned to grab a significant portion of the logistics space. And what does that require? We want to be flexible, we want to be agile, and we want to scale. And we need all our IT systems and all our processes to work along the same lines, right? We want faster go-to-market, we want agility, and we want scale. And being a 30-year-old organization, we had a mix of legacy and modern digital systems, right? And with modern digital systems holding the sway in the last few years, as we have taken up wave after wave of transformations in a planned manner. And on one thing on our roadmap was a independent commercial or revenue management system for the entire order to cash management, right? From order to collection. And we wanted this program or platform to be independent of our operational ERPs. And hence we embarked on this program to take advantage of what the latest technology and especially a digital solution that can offer DTDC various advantages on the lines I mentioned earlier.
Thank you, Santosh. No, I think the aspect of flexibility, agility, which you mentioned, right? And I see that actually reflecting throughout this journey as well. The kind of flexibility and then the agility DTDC team has demonstrated in this program was really commendable. So now every program or such a transformation program is is successful when all the teams come together and demonstrate that one team culture, right? So would like to hear some thoughts from you on how Cognizant and SAP partnered together to deliver this program.
Oh, absolutely, Ram. And let me start with some of the complexities that we are dealing, right? So we have a 30-year-old history of business and commercial tariffs and decisions, right? Some of which we have kept on updating over a period of time. And logistics seems simple, but there are various parameters like a lot of other businesses and large volumes. So we have origin destination pairs or OD pairs. We have products, we have services, we have value added services like temperature monitoring I mentioned earlier. Then we have weight slabs across all of these. So all in all, a significant amount of, I would say, parameters come together to create a tariff and an eventual invoice to the customer. And given that we have a franchisee model, we also would like to tailor tariffs for them as well as the large corporates who work with us. Given these requirements, we looked at various solutions that were available and met our needs and shortlisted SAP BRIM. We had an extensive workshop with SAP solutions team to figure out if the product can do what we need it to do to meet our objectives. And SAP solutions team spent quite some time with us on this endeavor. Once we did that, obviously the next step was to look for an SI. And we wanted an SI who was as hungry as we were, to do this such a transformative exercise. Somebody who was disciplined and very execution focused so that it does not become one of those projects that drags on and on, right? You want benefits, but everything has a context of time, right? And this context of time, effort, and returns are realized when all partners work together as one. And I'm very happy to say that the collaboration between the teams was very good, which was one of the reasons that in spite of the various challenges, especially the pandemic that came up, we were able to achieve our objectives.
And as a part of the program, when you selected Cognizant as a partner, right? Obviously, there were multiple evaluation criteria you would have applied. And did Cognizant deliver to your expectations?
Yes, Ram. It did on the execution side, absolutely. So we wanted a partner who has the right skill set, somebody who has worked on this platform and in this space and offered out of the box solutions. That was criteria one. We wanted somebody who had very good execution track record, and we wanted somebody who had discipline and very good project management skills. And I am glad to say that what we did turned out right for both of us.
Thank you, Santosh. And obviously, the key aspect was your leadership as well. And one team culture, which the entire DTDC Cognizant team has demonstrated in delivering this program. And we had some, I would say, difficult times as well because we were hit by COVID, right? So just, and no conversation would be over in these times without touching that aspect. So the current solution, which is implemented and now being used by your users, and given that your business is a very high touch business, has this solution helped you during this difficult pandemic times?
Oh, yes, it has. Unlike other SAP solutions, SAP BRIM does not have any user restrictions, which means that we can have any number of users. We can have change of roles, machines, access, etc., without worrying about how we do our work that needs to be done. So that seems rather transactional, but it becomes very important when all of a sudden you embark from a 100% office to a 100% work from home model, which was sort of forced on everybody in the first few months of the pandemic. And even now, it's very different in different places. So that was one. The second one was, this helped us reduce complexity and ability to structure tariffs with the requirement of our customers and our franchisees in mind, in a shorter manner of or shorter period of time than it would have taken earlier. It also gave us some productivity in terms of reducing duplication of efforts. Uh, Collection, accounting, where our commercial team, our, I would say, accounts team and our billing team now work together in a seamless manner due to the workflows present in BRIM. And the FICA system has, seamless connectivity to the various payment gateways we use. And eventually the what we achieved was a far smoother and a faster method to monitor and review our receivables along with the invoicing solution.
Thank you, Santosh. Yeah, so actually, I was about to touch on that point, but you covered the business benefits which you were looking for, right, from this program. So that's great to know. Now you have already set up a very robust platform which is designed to scale, right? So the next curious question is, now you have established this platform, obviously, which will help you scale. So where to from here, right? So any thoughts on how you plan to take this platform to the next level as you continue to use it for your business?
Yes, Ram. So we were, as you know, together we have been able to sort of reduce the complexity, right? That was the first aspect in our entire revenue management system by a factor of 100, right? So from crores, that is tens of millions of lines of tariff, we came down to hundreds of thousands. That has enabled us to now look at phase two, right? We have the same record that generates revenue and is invoiced to the customer is also being used now in phase one itself to generate an invoice by the vendor on DTDC, right? So we have already, in as part of phase one, generated partner invoices on DTDC for some portion of our costs. Our goal is to extend this to the majority of our costs that are linked to the consignments or the airway bills that we deliver for our customers. So eventually, this will be a one-stop shop for our revenue as well as a significant portion of our cost. And we can look at the two together to improve our financial performance, our metrics, and eventually do better for our customers. That is the goal, obviously, along with insight, analytics, and reporting.
Thank you, Santosh. Very excited to be part of this journey and look forward to having a follow up conversation on this once we complete phase two, right? And obviously, be partner with you as in this transformation journey. So, just to summarize for our audience, this program has delivered multiple transformational aspects for DTDC. Number one is obviously designing a digital scalable platform and move away from the legacy systems. The platform which enabled DTDC associates to manage their tariffs better, get flexibility, and make sure they reduce their time to market by offering innovative billing plans to the customers, as well as managing their franchisee model better. This also helped you to bring in financial transparency as well as build for scale, right? As your organization scales to the next heights. So, thank you, Santosh, once again. It was great talking with you and really appreciate you spending time with me for this conversation. Thanks a lot and stay safe.
Thank you, Ram, and hoping that all of you stay safe too. Thank you.
Thank you very much.